Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be covering some interview coding problems on dictionaries in Python. So let's say I have a dictionary marks like this, where I have a list of subjects, subject names, and their marks attained by a student. Now here I can see maths, the subject maths, the student got 36. In English, he got 56. And let me change some of the values. Let me make it 32 and English 56, Science 34, Hindi 75, and Social Science 65. Now I have prepared a list of questions or problems which we need to solve. So here the first question is print the marks of all the subjects. So what can be done for that? So I'll start with the first question. Here I can use a for loop. For again, this can be done in many ways. I will show you what are the possibilities I can do. So let's say for subject in marks, and inside this for loop, what I can do is I want to print the marks of all the subjects. So I have to print something like print marks of subject. So if I run this code, I'll get the marks 32, 56, 34, 75, 65. But instead of using this simple for loop, I have a better approach. That is, I can use something like I can use marks.items, which will give us the key value pairs as a tuple, which I can uh, unpack here. So I will write subject, comma. Okay, let me put it as k comma v, where k is the key and v is the value. So I'm unpacking the value that I'm getting from there. So now if I want the marks, I can print the v and it will give us the same output. If I want the subject names, I can write k. So this will give me all the subject names like this. Okay. So here print and marks of all the subjects can be done using print v. This will give us all the marks. And the second question, print the names of all the subjects from the given object. So what I will do is instead of v, if I write k, I will get all the subject names. Fine. Next, count the number of subjects. Count the number of subjects. So what do I do? Here I have to count. So what I can do is I can take a count variable which will start at 0, and for each subject I need to increment it. So count equal to count plus 1. And if I print the count now, so if I run this code, I can get 5 here. I am able to get 5. So here we can see 5 subjects are there. Next, print the percentage of the marks of the student. Now, how do we find the percentage of the marks? So it will be something like, let's assume that each subject is having full marks, that is total marks of each subject is 100. So the student has got 32 out of 100, 56 out of 100, 34 out of 100, 75 out of 100, and 65 out of 100. So the total marks will be for 5 subjects, it will be 500, right? And out of 500, I have to find the sum of all these things. So count is one variable and sum is one variable. Sum is equal to 0. And then what I need to do is for each subject, the count will be incremented. So it will give us the total count of the subjects. And next I have to do the sum of all the values. So sum is equal to sum plus v. So this will give us the total marks of the subject. And lastly, I have to calculate, let's say, the percentage. Percentage is equal to, I have to write the total sum sum divided by count into 100. So this will be, let's say sum will be less than 500 and count into 100, count is 5. So 5 into 100 is 500. So this will give us the, it will not give us the exact percentage value because I have to again multiply 100 to it. So if I just print this, let us check what we are getting. Percentage, if I print a percentage, I'm getting 0.524, which I need to multiply with 100 to get the percentage. Fine. This is what, or you can, or else you can multiply here itself. So if I do something like I get 52.4. So sum by count will directly give us 52.4. Because if I divide by 100 and again multiply by 100, so ultimate expression will be sum by count. Okay. Next question is print only those subjects where the student scored more than 35. So what do I do here? Here I don't need sum and count. I just need to check each subject marks. So if V greater than 35, is it? Yes, more than 35. So if V more than 35, then print that subject or else don't print. So I need the only the subject. So here I'll get all the subjects where he or she has scored more than 35. Here I can see English, Hindi, social science. From here I can see English, Hindi, and social science are the subjects where the student has scored more than 35. Next, print the pass fail status of the subjects provided 35 is the pass mark. Okay. So we have to show the pass fail status of each subject provided 35 is the pass mark. Okay. So here, if V greater than 35, then I have to print something like this. I will take the subject name, which is K, comma, and the status. So if the marks is greater than 35, I can print here pass. And then I will have one else where I will print K along with that fail if the marks is less than 35. So let us now check. When I run this, I can see that maths fail. Why? Because the marks is 32. English pass because 56. Science fail because again it is less than 35. Hindi pass 75. Social science pass 65. Right. Next. Next is print only the past subjects. Print only the past subjects. So that is pretty easy. What we can do is we can just ignore all these things and print this. If the V, that is if the marks is greater than 35, print that subject. So here we will get only the past subjects, English, Hindi, and social science. Okay, next. Count the number of past subjects. Okay, so again, for this we just need to write one more thing, that is we need to take a count variable. Count is equal to 0, and if value is greater than 35, I increment the count. Count equal to count plus 1, and no need to print this K. So wherever the value or the marks is greater than 35, the count will be incremented. So I just need to print the count. So here what we can see is this is more than 35, 1, 2, and 3. So I should get 3 in the output. Let us check. Yes, we got 3 in the output. Next, then same way failed subjects. So that is a very basic thing. What I can do is I just change this Instead of greater than, I write less than. Okay. And then, so when we are checking for past subject, I should not use greater than, I should use greater than or equal to. Right. In the same way, if I go for less than, I will get two subjects, that is maths and science. Next, uh, print the least scored subject. So how do I get that? So for that, I need to compare each mark with a variable. So let me take least. So what is the question? Is it the marks or the subject? Print the least code subject. Okay, I need the subject as well. So what I can do is I will take least equal to float of infinity, and then I will take another variable called subject, which is an empty string in the beginning. And what I will do here is if v greater than or equal to 35. So what is the question? Least marks. Okay. So we don't need any if condition. What we'll do is we need to compare it, not comparison with 35. We have to check this. If v less than least. So for first time, least is infinity. So the first value will always be less than least. So we have to set the least as that marks. So what is the marks? V. And what is the subject name at this point? Subject is, for this iteration, subject value is k. So we'll store the marks and subject in two variables, and then we have to keep on continuing this. And at last, whatever is the value stored in least and subject, we'll get it. So I can write something like print. If I want to just print the subject name, I just print subject. And from here, what I can say is, from here, what we can say is the least marks is maths, right? So if I just run this code, I'll get maths in the output. And if you want the marks as well, I can use an f string like this, subject, and then colon the marks as well. What is the marks? Marks is least. So here we can see we'll get the marks as marks 30 or maths 32. Maths 32, right? Next. In the same way, highest scored subject. So this will be just opposite. What I will do is instead of infinity, I will take minus infinity, which is the smallest number. And here, instead of least, I'll take highest. And here, v greater than highest. And highest is equal to v, and subject is k. Fine. And here, subject is this, and here, highest will be, instead of least, I will write highest. So here the subject with the highest marks is Hindi 75. So this is the output I should get. Let me run the code. And here we got Hindi 75. Fine. Next. Next, check whether the student has passed in all the subjects or not. So how to do that? So for that, we need to know how many subjects are there, total subjects, and then also we need to know how many subjects he has passed. So I need to take two variables here. So this is past subjects is a count. Another count I need for the total subjects. So total subs is equal to 0. So total subs for each iteration, total subs will be incremented. Total subs is equal to total subs plus 1. That is one thing. But when the marks is greater than or equal to 35, at that point I should increment only the past variable, not the total subs. So past is equal to past plus 1. Now, after the loop is over, I need to compare the total subs and the past. If both are equal, then I can say that the student has passed in all subjects. If it is not equal, the student has not passed in all subjects. So if total subs equal to past, print passed in all subjects, else print not passed in all subjects. Now save this and run this code. I can see not passed in all subjects. Why? Because in two subjects, I can see the marks are 32 and 34. So if I increase these marks, one of the subject I make it 35 and one of the subject I make it 39. So at this point, what will happen? This condition will be satisfied for all subjects and passed will be equal to total subs. So now if I save this and now I run the code, I will get passed in all subjects. Right. Next, take the subject name from the student through input and print the subject marks in pass fail status. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to take a uh, that is we need to take an input from the user. So let me take something like this. Subject is equal to input of enter a subject, and then the user will enter a subject name. And here what I need to do is if subject equal to k, print v. That's it. And if it is not equal to, so when okay, that is not needed. So our question is to only print the marks, because when it is not matching, I don't need to do anything. Okay, so here what will happen if I run this? So if I enter maths, I should get 35. If I enter English, that I should get 56. I hope that is what is asked in the question. Take the subject name from the student and print the subject marks and pass fail status as well. Okay, so we need to write something more. If subject equal to k, print this, and again if uh, that is the v greater than or equal to 35, print pass, else print fail. So this is what we need to do. First, the subject needs to be checked. If it is matching, then print the marks. And then if the marks is greater than or equal to 35, print pass. If it is not greater than or equal to 35, print fail. That's it. So now let us run the code. So it is asking for a subject, enter a subject. So what are the subjects I have? Let's say I put English. So if I put English here and press enter, I'm getting 56 and pass. English 56 and pass. And let me take this as 32 and 34 and now check for them. So what are the subjects? Let's say science. If I put science, I'll get 34 and fail. If I put social science, I get 65 pass. If I put maths, I can see 32 fail. Okay, that's it. That's it in this video. I hope I have covered some of the scenarios for interview coding problem on Python dictionaries. Thank you for watching.